Hi guys, welcome to another video. So in this video we are going to be making akara and pap the Nigerian style. First off, I'm going to light my candle. Look at how much I have used this candle. It's almost finished. It's a stress relief candle, and whenever I'm cooking in my kitchen I just like to light it and just put it at one end. It just helps me relax basically when I'm about to start cooking and the hectics of the day. So in this, I'm going to put in my tray and I'm going to start picking my beans. I live in Canada. I buy beans in packs, and these beans, they would swear that they are clean, they've been picked. But the last one I bought, there was a little stone in it because I didn't repick it. So I blended stone with my beans. So imagine every single bite of akara, there was sand in it because I didn't pick my beans. So I have learned the hard way. Now I repick the beans. Even if you swear that the beans is well picked, I repick it. Look at this. That is a stone in my beans. So imagine I didn't repick it. Look at the size of this stone. Just look at the size in beans that they can swear from the store that is already picked. Anyway, I cleaned the beans. It's good. This is 2 cups of beans, by the way. 2 or 3 cups. I can't remember right now, but I think 2, let's say 3 cups. So I did that and I was satisfied with it. This is all the dirt I could get out of the beans that I didn't want in my akara. It is going to spoil it wouldn't spoil the taste, but it would just spoil the texture. So guys, pick your beans clean. Pick your beans clean. That's the first mistake people make. Anyway, I went in with water. I'm just going to soak the beans in water for like 15-20 minutes, just so it's a bit soft. I know some people like to pound it to make the shaft, like the black eyes, go away, but I just soak it and I have my technique. So this is my technique. I have this blender. My Ninja blender has the plastic blades. So I usually just use the plastic blade to peel my beans basically because I don't like stress. I'm a soft girl. So I just use the plastic blade to beat the beans and it's going to peel it out for me perfectly. This is like a major size, and then when the beans is a bit soft like this, when you hold it and you see that it's peeling off without putting in so much effort, then you know that the beans is ready for you to peel. So I'm going to go in with the beans in the plastic blend, and then I'm just going to beat it. It's not going to break your beans, it's just going to peel it off. So it's not like what I mean by break, it's not going to scatter it, like blend it. I'm just going to show you what it's going to be. So this is how it looks like. The beans is still intact, but it just peeled off all the black eyes basically. That's what this does, and this I have found works for me. So I'm going to pour that back in my bowl, and I'm just going to put water and sieve. That's all you need to do. Put water, all the shaft will come up, and then you just sieve it, strain it, filter it, do whatever you have to do for it, and that's it. So I did this a couple of times to make sure all the black eyes came off the beans because I needed clean beans for akara. I see that most people actually blend their akaras, their beans with the black eye, but I would never do that technique because it makes the akara look black. So we don't want black, we want golden brown. So I'm going to ensure that everything is clean from the beans, and this is what we're going to have. So after doing that, and then your beans is clean, and we're ready to make our akara the Nigerian style. So let's go. So still showing you the beans. It looks okay, it looks good. I'm just checking for anything I missed, and it all looks clean over here. Then I'm going to go in with my metal blade now. So this, I'm going to blend it in my blender. I need to get the Buchi Mix blender at this point because it's like Buchi Mix blender is the blender that does everything. The Ninja blender is also good as well. Anyway, I'm going to go in with shepherd's pepper. I'm going to go in with tomatoes. People don't put tomatoes, but I like to put tomatoes in my akara. I use just one anyway. I use my shepherd's pepper, my red bonnet pepper. I use the white and pink onion, or is it pink or purple? Anyway, I use those, and then I'm just going to blend it with it. I made sure I broke the beans first in the blender so that it will go down before I added my peppers and everything, pepper mix. And then I'm just going to blend all of that together. It's going to come. I'm not going to blend it so smooth because I like to blend my spices with it. I see people, they just put the spices in a bowl and then start hand turning it. I don't know why people are stressing yourself. Just put it in a blender. You can then put your spices just like I did here. This was the consistency I had. And then once it turns like this, guys, you have to be very careful with water. Akara does not like too much water. You're not trying to make more, you're trying to make akara. So be very, very careful with water. So when the consistency was okay for me, that's how thick you want it to be to get the perfect akara, please. I went in with my Mevina chicken. I just put a little of it. I think that should be like 1 tablespoon. And then I went in with Maggi cube, 1 Maggi cube. You have to be very careful. Beans absorb salt so much, so you have to be very careful. And then I put salt. You can see that these beans, like, it's filled up the whole blender. So this spice is just okay. If you're careless with spice, you're going to have very, very salty akara. And we don't want that. So when that was done, I just blended it again. And yeah, it's going to mix all the spices inside for me. So I don't need to do any other work. I just need to take it out of the blender and fry. So there is no point turning it in a bowl again, adding spices and start hand turning it. Stop giving yourself work. Anyway, it's time to fry. I got my cast iron pan. I put in my oil. I think this was oil I had from before. That was not enough, so I had to add more oil. Akara needs deep frying. If you don't put enough oil in your akara or in your pan, you're going to make the akara flat. It's going to, when you put it in the pan, it's going to sink under, and you don't want flat akara. You want it to, come up and be round. So you have to put enough oil. So as you can see, my oil is like, you see, I'm even adding more oil. My oil is like half of this pan, if I'm not mistaken, because we don't want the akara to sink inside. And I'm using sunflower oil. If you live in Canada, this sunflower oil is the best thing ever. This, what is it called? Saporito oil is the best thing. The nutritional value is it's amazing. Just 80 calories in whatever, and it's perfect, especially because of cholesterol. So it's perfect. So I let my oil heat up a bit. I cut a full onion and then I just drop it in the oil. This would give the oil some nice flavor. And I also use this as a trick to know when to put the akara, the butter in it. I'm going to be using my ice cream scoop, because this scoop has the perfect size I need for my akara. People make akaras very big, very small, but this scoop is just the best size for me. Then I'm going to go in with it. You see, it's giving me the perfect size I want. Perfect size, perfect consistency. It's looking good. So I'm just going to put in as much as the pan can take, which I think took a lot. It took more than 10, if I'm not mistaken, because that's just 5. So meanwhile, you can see the onion just going in and spicing up the oil, and then you're just going to keep turning it. Guys, please note something. You have to keep turning the akara. I see some people always leave it on one side. When that side is brown, then they turn it to the other side. That's not how to do it. You turn it. Once the side is a little bit brown, the other side is a little bit hard, you turn it. Or what I mean turn, I mean you flip it to the other side. And then when you flip it, you go back again once it's, strong enough on the other side, and then you flip it again. Guys, don't leave this thing and go and sit down. Just keep flipping. Keep flipping, keep flipping, keep flipping, keep flipping until you get the color you want. For me, this isn't as brown as I want yet. So I'm going to keep flipping until I get the color I want. So I think this looks good if you want to leave it like this, but no, you see, I flipped it again, and this is the perfect color I want. This is just the perfect color I want. So I just let it do its thing. Now it's a bit golden brown. I don't even think this is golden brown now. I think this is like almost brown. Do you get? So that's how your akara should be. You see how it's floating on top of the oil. That's how it should be. And then guys, I always use the paper towel. You know, you deep fry akara is like deep frying, so it's going to carry oil. So I use paper towel because it helps absorb excess oil once you bring it out from the frying pan. So that's why I like to use paper towels. This always works for me. So before it's time to serve it, whichever oil is just there, the towel has taken it all. Especially if you use Bounty. You know how strong Bounty paper towels are. Bounty paper towels absorb like magic. They can absorb a whole swimming pool. Haha. Anyway, I went in with the rest of the batter. I just went on and did the exact same thing. I actually made a lot of the akara on this day, so I needed to exhaust the whole batter. So basically, I just went in with the rest. I did the exact same thing. You put it and you keep flipping and you keep flipping and you keep flipping. That one was not ready, so that's why I left it. Sometimes if you see me touch it, you will know if it's ready. Once it flips with ease, you know that it was just ready to flip. There are some, once you just touch it, it's just not wanting to do that yet. So that's just how you know. There are no, it's not, you know, some big deal. Just know the techniques and know the tricks to this, and then everything works. And then I flipped the last one and then I went on again. And guys, that's it. So this is what the outcome is. I paired this with custard. I put my milk. If you want to put it with sugar, whatever you want to do, please do it. And this is how it looks. You see, it has absorbed all the oil. It's looking really, really, really good and ready to consume. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know if you're going to try this recipe. Thank you guys for watching always. Thank you for engaging. Thank you so, so much, and have a nice day.